Hey everyone, I'm Caleb.
Genaro.
Hannah.
Sam.
And today we're going to be talking about Stranger Things Season 3, specifically the first 3 episodes. We've only watched the first 3 episodes. We haven't watched anything past. So that's how we're going to be doing the next couple podcasts about this. 3, and the last 2 episodes, just so that we have a fresh view take on it.
Right, so if you haven't seen the first, second, or third episode, you may want to go on Netflix, watch them, and then come back. For the most part, we're just going to be jumping around.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've been warned.
I have to admit that I remembered nothing from Season 2 before, so I had to watch like 2 recaps. And 2 different recaps. Well, I watched a recap, and then I watched the recap that they had at the beginning of Season 3. And I watched the last episode of Season 2, and I'm kind of caught up. But what do you guys think? First 3 episodes?
I like them. So I liked the second season a lot more than the first one, mainly because I felt like the first one was building up the whole story, and so the second season it started getting into the action. And although we've only seen 3 episodes, I can feel like this is gonna the action is gonna be a lot more
fun?
The stakes are gonna be higher compared to the second season.
Honestly, okay, so I don't know about you guys, but like with the second season, I feel like the first 3 episodes of the second season kind of prepared us as to what was coming for the rest of the show. Like we understood why everything was happening because Will still had the Demogorgon attached to him. But with this season, like I'm really confused as to what's going on. I know that there's some like Russian people, but like I don't know what's going to happen.
Who's behind what and how this is all connected?
Yes, yeah. Like how did I don't know. Like I have questions. I have so many questions.
Yeah,
but I know they're going to be answered. It's just
I didn't realize how much the kids have grown since the first season until that flashback that Will had, and I was like, they were so tiny.
They were small.
They look like babies.
Yeah, they're really small.
Okay.
I think I like this season has been my favorite so far.
Really?
Like the first one was good, and I didn't think they were going to keep going.
I think now we know like all the characters.
Yeah, and we're attached to them. And I think just the way that it's shot, I think so far it's my favorite season.
Okay.
Yeah.
My biggest grievance of this season, Will needs justice. I'm so angry.
Justice for Will.
I'm so angry at
Will.
Lucas and Mike. Like, what the heck? This is your best friend. He just wants to play Dungeons and Dragons and have like his friends, and they're just like, I want to kiss a girl. Like, oh my god. And then Mike's like, what? Did you think we're never going to have girlfriends just because you don't like girls? And I was like, how dare you? What do you mean? Oh, you're a butt.
What I like about that, though, is that I feel like they're keeping it real and not sticking to this whole idea that these kids have no lives, that they have no responsibilities. Obviously, I mean, I think from the first season, they're at that age where they obviously find interest in dating, but they may still have other priorities, such as their little games. But I liked how they didn't just like jump into their adolescence. Like Mike dating 11 and I always forget the black
Lucas and Max.
But they addressed that, hey, some of their friends are still not ready, in this case,
like
Will.
they're in that transition.
Yeah, so I think that's going to play an even bigger role throughout the rest of the episodes. I don't think they just brought it up. I think, we saw, what's the second or third episode when Will gets all mad? This is the last one, right?
Yeah, that's when he freaks out.
Yeah, I think that's going to come up
like
a lot more.
Like, we could tell when he was, like, already, like, over it, but he'd, like, finally just let it out.
Oh, okay, yeah. I have a question. Do you think... Oh, never mind. I guess I should ask this when we make the last recording. But I was going to say, do you think that they're going to make a 4th season?
Like, I have no idea where this is going.
But I guess we have to wait for that question.
Just a small correction. So the Demogorgon is that
the
monster.
Big shadow thing.
No, that's the Mind Flayer.
Oh.
The Demogorgon's that monster in the first season.
Wait, what?
And that's not technically its real name. That's
the name they gave him.
Yeah,
but
based on D&D.
So
wait, what? The monster in the first wasn't. It was the monster and the demodogs different?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
So in the first season,
The
there's
demodogs are
that-
smaller, huh?
Yeah.
there's the Demogorgon, which looks like a human being. It walks onto
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
And then the Mind Flayer
Or
is...
that
Is
little
that big
alien
thing.
thing.
I don't know if it's the big thing or if it just encompasses this whole being. You
So then
know?
what happened to the Demogorgon?
They killed it.
Yeah,
Elle
they
killed
killed
it. Remember?
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right.
I looked this up because I was taking notes and I was calling it the monster, but I think it's in one of these episodes they refer to it as the Mind Flayer, and then I remember, oh, that's what it was called.
I think at
The thing that
last
takes over
season
Will.
they had like one of that character in their Dungeons and Dragons game. One of the games that they had. Mike mentioned it or something like that.
Which character? Which one character?
The Mind Flayer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
No.
they
They
mentioned it
mentioned the
last
Mind
season.
Flayer when they're trying to figure out why Will is attached to or well,
Like
what
why
they
he's
thought.
connected.
Yeah, and they call it the Mind Flayer because it's another character in their game. You know what I like about this show? That, and I think in all 3 seasons, that they don't, like, I feel like in a lot of different shows, like, everyone figures out everything at the same time, and, you know, like, I don't know how to explain it, like, they all figure it out at the same time, whereas in this show, they're all living different steps.
And like different pieces are coming together, and
like,
we see it all.
we see it all.
But they're not like.
Yeah.
They don't have.
Like,
all
if
the
they would
clues.
only talk to each other quicker, then they would figure it out faster, but
I
they're all
was-
living different lives, and I like that.
I was gonna mention that you could tell just by these first 3 episodes that it's not gonna be one storyline. It's gonna be multiple
Yeah.
storylines. Like, for example, Dustin and Steve.
And Robin,
And Robin,
Yeah.
loving her.
she's great. I
And
love
then,
her too.
And then you have 11 and Max, and so I think it's gonna be Will's mom and
Hopper.
yes, I think by the end they're all gonna join in.
Yeah, they come together.
But I like how it's seeming like they're all gonna have different storylines regarding this
Monster,
problem.
weirdo thing.
Can we just talk about Hopper though? Hopper has me laughing so much in this season.
I love that he's such a dad, and he's like, he was thrown into like being the dad of a teenage girl, like all of a sudden, and he's flipping out. And like he hasn't had
called
any
her
years.
His daughter.
Yeah.
That was cute.
But he hasn't like had any years to prepare of having children, and now it's just like, I have a teenager and she's making out with a boy, and I don't like it.
And I like how his like excuse for everything is like, I'm the chief of police, I could cover it up, or I'm the chief of police, I can do this. Love it.
I like what Sam said earlier though. She's
Did I
like,
say?
at the end when he's like getting beat up, you're like, he's the chief of police. Shouldn't he be able to like fight or something?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
shouldn't he be able to
Shouldn't
defend
he
himself?
be a little bit in shape?
I laughed out loud when he was at that restaurant, and he was like, "How much is your bottle of what do you call it, Chianti?"
Chianti.
And he's
Yeah,
like
like-
Chianti, like, you know, he's like Chianti or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. He messed it up,
Well,
and the guy was like,
the proper name was Chianti, but he said
like-
Chianti because it was CH.
I think he said like Chianti. It was like completely off, and the
Yeah,
guy was like,
Look it up. I'm just kidding.
But,
You're a dork.
when I went to France, there's this I think it's a city called Versailles, and it's spelled Versailles. And
People say
Versailles.
Versailles.
I kept hearing
Versailles.
people say that, and it was so annoying. But yeah, his little mispronunciation reminded
Arkansas?
me of that.
Arkansas.
No, oh my gosh.
Okay, now it's just something that so something that I noticed in this season is the clothing. Though obviously all 3 seasons take place in the 80s, but I just feel like it's even more apparent to me this season. I'm loving their clothes, specifically Nancy's dresses, and I like Mike's clothes right now, and I'm loving Elle's new style, and that jumpsuit. That jumpsuit was sick.
Oh yes.
Was there wasn't a mall in the
No, okay,
previous
I-
season,
No,
right?
No, but
that's the part of this whole
That's
thing.
the whole like
It was just built.
swine. That's the
They
whole
just built
protest.
it. That's why like the
Right.
But-
downtown mom and pop shops
You know
are
what I was thinking though?
losing business.
Is that like in this season there's so many more people. Like there's like
Yeah,
with the mall,
that's why. Yeah,
a lot more population. But my question is like, why are people populating to that town when there's already a bunch of history as to like bad things happening? You know. But I mean, I'm sure that's like a relevant question.
Well, I mean, there was people there. They have them. They're in school. They have like all
Yeah.
those high schoolers. They were not important in the first season. They were just not very seen.
And I also think this has been kept on the down low. I don't think it was like
But didn't it?
popular news.
But it came out.
Yeah.
The end of second
season.
Like comes out like all the lab people were arrested. They were like charged. They're responsible for the deaths of Barb and.
Well, yes, that, but the whole Mind Flayer,
monster
I don't
stuff,
think
yeah.
that
Oh
was,
yes,
you know?
that's true. That's
I
true.
don't think that was revealed to the public. So
Do you think anything's gonna happen to Will? Like, because Will can still like.
I don't know why I'm thinking he might be part of the solution. Like I think he's gonna help defeat it because I think I don't think the Mind Flayer is connected to him anymore. But I think because he can sense it, I think
His Peter Tingle?
I was gonna say the same thing as Peter Tingle.
like Harry Potter, how like even after I think even after they destroy all the Horcruxes, he's still like somehow connected to him, right? Or
Was
no?
He was a Horcrux.
He was a Horcrux.
No, but even after that.
No.
No?
After that, he would just fought him and won.
Anyways, I think Will is still somehow connected, even though he's.
I think he's
not.
like connected to the Upside Down, but not necessarily the Mind Flayer.
Okay.
Like he has some type of connection
But
to that
he
world.
got the goosebumps when like the rats were
Or when they're walking by, yeah, or crawling by.
It's his Peter Tingle.
Yeah, it's Peter. Is that his name? Billy, right? Billy's the
Lifeguard.
lifeguard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, no. Okay, go ahead.
No wait.
His whole relationship
That's disturbing.
with Mike's mom.
That's disturbing. That's the most disturbing thing in this whole show.
It's so creepy. Like he creeps me out
Well,
just in general, but that whole
all those moms. Well, I don't know if they're all moms, but all those older ladies.
Well, I
sitting
mean, why else would they
poolside.
be there except to bring their kids
Kids,
to the
yeah,
pool?
they're
So
all
I'm
moms.
guessing they're all moms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
that's
gonna say
true.
something like, he's the Mind Flayer now, right? Like he's like the leader.
I don't think he's it,
He's
but
just,
he's
like-
being controlled by it.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
like kind of like Will, but he seems to be a little more like sentient.
Advanced, I would say, because he can see Elle when she's in the Upside Down.
Yeah.
I remember in the second season, he was supposed to be the villain, right? Besides the Mind Flayer, and I didn't really like his character because
I still don't.
because there was a bigger villain than him, right?
But now he's the big
Yeah,
villain.
now it works out because he's being controlled by it. So despite the fact that he's just as human, he's being controlled by the Mind Flayer, and it's not like in Will's situation where Will was trying to fight against her, right?
He just
I don't know
goes
why,
in.
but he's just giving himself up to the Mind Flayer.
Okay, Steve. I'm loving Steve.
I like his
for-
redemption.
I forgot. I was thinking that we liked Steve by the end of season 1, but I didn't realize it was at the end of season 2 when he was like, I forgot he was still a jerk at the beginning, and then he became like babysitter of the year
became the
and like
mom.
best friend. Yeah,
He was in Billy's place.
and yeah, he was. And then I love how they all use him to get into the movies. And then
Yeah.
when Dustin got back and he was there, like
That was
he was
cute.
so excited.
They did
and
a
I'm
whole
like, oh my
handshake thing. That was
God.
so cute.
And
He's
Robin
such a
was
dad.
like,
How many kids are you friends with?
yes.
I love
Children.
that. I love that. That's his relationship in the show. Like he's like kind of like the
Yeah.
protector of the children.
But I like Robin. I like this new character they introduced. Like I like the thing that him and
Yeah,
her and Steve
yeah.
have going on. Like it's cool.
I think they introduced her just because at the end of season 2, a lot of people are thinking, is it 2 or 1? Because okay, he has that little redemption arc, and then people like change their mind about him, and they want him and Nancy to get back together, right?
And season
But
2.
then Nancy ends up with
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Can't
That-
go
So it's like
Jonathan's.
yeah, Will's older brother. So like he needs
Yeah, he
a
needed
connection
Yeah.
in order to like keep him away from Nancy. You know?
But I like this relationship because it's completely opposite of what he wants. Like he wants like some popular girl or whatever. But Dustin's like, you have a really great girl right here. She's smart. I mean, she's not popular, but she's here.
Also, I really want Susie to be real.
Oh, okay, Susie.
I feel really bad for Dustin right now. I'm like, if she's not real,
No,
if she doesn't contact him in some way, this poor kid.
okay, so with the whole title thing, like when I saw Susie do copy as a title, I thought that was Lucas's little sister. I was really confused. That's not her name, right? Her name's not Susie.
I don't remember her name.
I don't remember her name, but I thought it was Susie. I thought it was Lucas's little sister, so I thought maybe she had something to do with it. Like she got the radio, like in the
I
first
love how they're
season.
like asking for all the ice cream flavors.
Oh yes,
Love that.
But I think the first time they showed that she was just doing one flavor, right? She kept on asking for it over and over again.
I don't know. The first
she
thing when
kept
she was
going
like,
back, like she
the
asked
first
for
thing was
this
she was
one.
like, the hell? When all the
Yes.
lights went off.
Yes, that was funny.
The new word that I'm gonna try to like work into my conversation is neato.
Neato.
That's what their science teacher tells.
Like NEEDLE.
No, like
Noodle?
NEATO.
Oh.
Like hey, that's neato. Like neat,
Neat. Oh.
but super old school.
I think I was telling Sam this, but I also like the transitions in the show. Like, they're so
very good.
clean. Like the scene where all the the rats are popping. The rats are popping, like they're exploding, and then
That was so creepy. See when they first exploded, like in the basement or whatever that warehouse, whatever it is. I didn't realize like they were becoming that thing.
Yeah, neither
just,
did
like,
I.
But until Mrs. Driscoll's rat.
Yeah, but anyway, so you know how they pop, and then right after the scene changes to her swimming, but like it's not necessarily a visual change; it's the audio change, and I
Like,
love
here's
that.
that same sound.
I love that. It was beautiful. There's a few changes or what's the word? Transitions that are like that.
Here's
and I
my
like
question: what hit Billy's car when he was on the way to the motel?
One of the rats?
It was a rat.
I don't know.
It was like jumped at like,
Yeah.
but it was like just like a little goo left. So I'm like, what was that?
But it was clear goo.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it was one of the Demodogs.
theirs are all dead, aren't they?
Okay, so you know how with that rat turned
Are
into
they
a small.
dead?
Wait. You know how that rat turned into a smaller like crawling thing? Maybe
It was just,
that
like-
it was that it hit the car.
Oh.
So the rat already popped and it was trying to get
Gotcha.
yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah,
maybe.
why rats?
I don't know.
Why are the rats attracted?
Wait,
to it?
oh no, maybe.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the I forget his name, but in Harry Potter when all the spiders go to it, the King of the Spiders,
Oh.
Aragon,
I don't know.
not
I
Aragon,
definitely
Aragorn.
know.
I think I know what you're talking about though.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
No, maybe. Okay, so you remember the scene where all the lights turn off, and then the little it's
Aragorn.
almost like
I don't know.
almost like dust particles coming together, and then the rats start running away. Maybe that was the first like I don't know, like or Mind Flayer used them since they were there.
I feel like the rats may have been the easiest living organism to take over, so the Mind Flayer took over them.
So here's my question: will Heather's parents be taken over, or are they just gonna be eaten?
I think so.
Taken over.
I don't think nobody's being.
Ian, because even
Billy and
I-
Heather.
I-
no,
look,
even in the second season, Will never really he didn't need to eat anything.
I thought that was gonna happen to Heather, so when I saw her, I was like, "Oh no, he's just converting
taking
them."
people over,
Yeah.
but they're eventually gonna have to be killed or just exercised.
Well, he said, "I want to build," right? I want you to build.
Yeah, build what you see.
Well, it seems like an army of people.
Interesting.
By the way, those transitions that you were referencing are called match cuts.
Oh
And
yes,
they did it a lot actually in the
They're
first
really
3
good.
seasons.
they're
These
really
first 3
good.
episodes, yeah.
I love them.
I've noticed a lot too. Not just those type of transitions, but there's more, and even the cinematography.
Yes. Oh,
In
love
these
it.
3, I mean, I don't remember the first 2 seasons that well. Well, I mean, I remember what happened, but I don't remember the shots. But this season does look a little bit like they paid more attention to
Yeah.
those little things.
I think Sam was saying it earlier. There's a transition, or not a transition, but there's a shot where Hopper gets his gun out, and then the lights flashing on it, so you just see the silhouette, or no, you see the shadow of the gun, and it's
Oh,
so
yeah, I know
cool.
what
It
you're
has like
talking about.
vibes.
That
it
one
has
reminds
aesthetic
And then he
vibes.
like clicks, right?
Yeah,
he
like cocks
clicks
it,
it,
and
and then
then what does it transition to?
I don't remember. I
But
just
it was
like that
like
shot.
the sound transition worked too. It wasn't just like the visual.
They're in the abandoned.
It was probably
building,
Thunder,
right?
Yeah.
The lab.
The lab,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think they have the camera focused on the door, and it's one of their flashlights, right?
Yeah.
That you see
Yeah.
the shadow, and you see him.
Who are these Russian people?
Yeah.
And why are they attacking Hopper?
And okay, so at the very first episode where it's a year before,
Yeah.
is that in Russia or where is that at? Because they're in the mountains and it's snowing and they're
That
speaking
looks
Russian.
like
I think it's
Russia.
because they even showed that flag.
Flag. So it's
communist
Russia,
flag.
right? So a year later, the tests work and they came to here, but why here?
But are they here?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he
Because
physically
the-
what's happening at the
fought
mall?
Hopper.
Didn't you see what happened at the mall?
No, but what is actually happening
Well,
at
we
the
don't know
mall?
yet. We have to see. We have to see episode 4.
I think it's one of those things where you say, why would these Russians be here in this little small town?
Sputnik.
But I think we just have to
Cold War. That happened
dismiss it and accept,
When was that?
during that.
Oh.
What was
I'm
I
really
saying?
bad at history.
80s for
I
sure.
also I don't know. I think I'm starting to pay attention more to this, but I like the music choices that they have in this season. Like, not like the 80s music or whatever, but like the background.
The love songs that they're playing with Mike.
Yes.
and
Oh, that's so
Elle at the
cute.
beginning.
That's so cute.
And then Hopper goes in and it's like talking about like making him his girl or his girl and like all this love stuff, and he's just like sitting there.
no, but
awkwardly.
like
Oh, but in that moment I was like, Hopper, he's a small child. This is the 80s. Smack the kid. Like he's like
Was
whispering
child abuse
to
okay?
Okay, in the 8 yes, it actually was.
Oh.
But cuz he's like whispering and they're like laughing at him. I'm like,
when
smack
I
the kid
saw
and kick
that,
him
I
out.
was like, what the heck? Why are
I'm
they
like-
being so mean to him?
Right? I'm like, who do you
Also,
think you
he's
are?
the chief of police. Like, did they forget that?
But I think it's cuz like, well, like he's not actually her dad, but I'm like, little boy.
But he
will
saved
beat
her.
you.
Like, did
Mhm.
you forget that he saved you?
but I like the music in this season. I also
Hopper?
Yeah,
Oh,
Hopper saved
there's-
Elle.
yeah.
I feel like they're being very clever in this season. Like the whole like he walks in on them and the music's like love songs and it's like, what are you doing? And even like for Hopper himself when he's talking to what's Bill's mom's name? I always forget her name. Joyce. When he's talking to Joyce and Joyce walks away and he's admiring her, they switch the camera to him, and right when they switch the camera to him, the song says "She's Got You," and I think that's so clever because I mean we all know that he likes her, but like I love the cleverness of as soon as he puts the shot.
Rip
it's the
Bob.
song. Rip Bob.
I
Okay,
think
Samwise from Lord of the Rings loved him. He was great.
I don't know why, but I'm thinking he might. Do you think he might come back? I don't know why. I
Bob?
mean, he was back in those flashbacks. Like, not come back like in his real form, but some type of like, I guess, trick by the Mind Flayer. That was my first thought when the picture of him fell from the fridge.
Mm.
But then I later learned that it was the magnets that
magnet.
weren't working.
But
I
it
feel
could be
like
that they're putting that in there. Like it's
yeah, like I feel.
foreshadowing.
I don't know if they're just trying to show the impact that his death had on Joyce.
And like how she's hesitant.
Listen, if they
they're,
do that,
foreshadowing
I'm gonna
something.
fight because I don't like that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna be okay with that.
Yeah, what's with this whole magnetic field thing?
I
does
kind
that
of saw a
even
spoiler
mean?
for that. Not
Oh.
necessarily a spoiler, but
Don't
like I
wanna
saw
hear it.
something.
Nope.
Again, I spoiled I keep saying
Here's
movie,
my next
the
question.
show.
What happened to the private investigator from season 2?
Private investigator. For what?
When
Private investigator.
he was the one that like didn't I think Nancy and Jonathan hired him.
Oh, the funny one.
Yeah, but
the funny guy.
At first, when Joyce is going to the house, I thought she was like gonna talk to him, and then I realized, oh no, it's the teacher because they both have that balding.
I don't know. Maybe they didn't need him
Look.
after all.
I don't know. Just interested.
I slightly remember him, but I can't.
He's the one.
don't
He's the
remember
one
him.
where they stay at his house, right?
I remember that, but I don't remember what he
Ooh.
looks like.
He's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
All
my
right.
gosh.
Anything else you need to
No.
say?
Yes. Dustin's teeth.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
where
Okay.
did those come? Where'd they go?
First season, Dustin had no teeth. Okay.
Mhm.
Second season, they were there, and Elle mentions it when she comes back. She's like, "Hey, you have teeth," and he does his weird like
Grrr.
purr, and now he doesn't have teeth again.
Is it part of
What happened?
Stranger Things? We want to know what happened.
Am I crazy? Like he doesn't have teeth right now, right?
No, he doesn't.
In season 2, I don't think he got fake teeth. He got dentures.
In the show,
Yeah.
who says that? When?
No, okay, so in real
No,
life,
see, but I'm
he
not-
wears dentures.
I get that, but I'm like, okay, but despite who you are in real life, like keep the show consistent. If you're wearing dentures in season 2, wear them in season 3.
Well, I think in season 3, he's just not wearing them.
But why?
Wait, so you guys think that by season 2 his teeth grew?
So in a year, his teeth grew out?
No,
Yes.
I don't think that's what's being implied. I'd have to rewatch, but I think it's implied
When you say
that they're
pearly
fake.
whites, you don't necessarily mean dentures or fake teeth.
Well, I think
Anyone's
in his,
teeth are
well, I
called
think in
pearly whites.
his case, yes, because they all know his condition that he.
So he has a condition in the show too.
I think they wrote his condition into the show so that
Yeah,
it would
he has a
make
condition in
sense.
the show. He says in season 1.
Uh,
But like,
I don't know.
yeah, okay, anyways, yeah.
But why would they have him wear them and then not?
Maybe he took him out because he just said that kissing is
easier to-
okay
it's
without
easier to-
teeth.
No,
Oh,
it's
that's
better.
right.
Maybe he's just
Okay, I need
taking
to
him out.
rewatch it and see. I need to find that. If you know, please let us know because I'm very interested.
I just want to know how the Russians like got this information, or like how they discovered the Upside Down too. Like I'm confused.
Well,
Like is there
yeah.
like is there other portals? Like not just in Russia. Maybe there's one in like
It's possible.
Italy.
But I mean, obviously the show is not very historically accurate because it's, all this like fantasy stuff. But I mean, at this
How do we know this didn't
period,
actually happen?
the U.S. and Russia
Is this
were
based off a true story?
trying to find ways to get, defeat each
Off
other.
each other.
So it makes sense that they were looking so into the U.S. and what possibly
That's
they could be
true.
doing in the U.S. It makes sense that it's Russia. But anyways.
I think I was telling you, Caleb, that there's this show, an HBO show called Chernobyl.
Watch Chernobyl, please.
yeah.
So I think
What?
Sam and I have seen it. It's on HBO, like I said, and it's basically this incident that took place around the same time that this whole Stranger Things story is taking place, where a reactor of a nuclear plant in Russia blew up and released like tons of radiation, and the Russian government was trying to keep it quiet because they didn't want other countries knowing their mistake. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. I think you'll get the same type of
I have
vibes
too much
that.
to watch.
So
Watch it
the good
first.
thing is that it's a 5-part miniseries, so it's only an hour each episode, but it's only five episodes.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. The Michael Jackson thing was like, watch it with your friends though, because it's really intense.
Can you guys watch it with me?
I
I
think.
don't know. She'll freak out. Okay.
Oh.
Anyways,
All right.
we're getting off topic.
So, I think we're good on the first 3
I think
episodes.
I got all my thoughts
Yeah.
up. What do you guys think is gonna happen in the next
Oh,
episode?
I didn't get my thought out.
Oh,
what's
go
your
ahead.
thought?
About the dark room.
Oh yes, go ahead, go off, sis.
Just as a photographer and a person who spent hours in the dark room printing and developing film, don't open the door if the red light is on.
Well, I
you know
think-
how expensive that paper
I think
is?
Jonathan was pretty upset.
Why doesn't he lock the door? I'm sorry, but
Jonathan-
Nancy's rude, rude for that. I'm sorry. I just had to get that
Well,
out because that is
my question is,
incredibly
is there like a
difficult.
sign on the door that says "Don't open"? I'm currently developing.
It's a
Usually
light,
it says
right?
Light, it's
there's
the
a
red
light
light.
that says
Mm.
dark room in use. Usually,
Are you kidding me?
You
Every
can't-
time he goes
you
in, she
cannot-
goes in.
He mentions that at
A
one
whole
point. He's
door
like
open?
Nancy the, what did he say? Nancy the lie or Nancy the sign or something. He
Yeah.
points it out to
Yeah.
her that, hey,
She don't care.
why doesn't she care? Paper's expensive.
Why doesn't he care?
he does?
She's passionate about something right now, and he's just like,
He's
let it go. Who
he's
cares?
the only one supporting her at the beginning, though.
Correct, but he's like this is important to her, and he's like, dude, I just want my job as a photographer. Like, let it go. And it's
That's
like,
not what he said.
That's basically what he's saying.
No, because he went with her anyway.
Probably because she kept opening the door.
Mm-hmm.
Don't open the door.
You're starting
he's being-
unnecessary drama.
No, Max is starting unnecessary drama.
I love Max.
Oh my god.
Well, no,
Yes.
that's girl.
That's
okay,
girls
come
for you.
on.
That is girls for you.
Girls
Girls out
do
there,
that
That doesn't
do
make
that.
that doesn't make it okay.
No, of course
No,
not.
it doesn't.
we're
But
still
that's how
gonna
we do it. So let us be.
No, it's
she's not starting
stupid.
unnecessary drama.
Yes, she is.
No,
start-
she's not.
What do you mean she's not starting unnecessary drama?
Okay, Mike.
There's a reason why Mike is doing this, and she's
Mike?
trying to. She's like,
You
So
can't-
if Mike was
no,
just
no.
honest
You
and
can't
told her
just
the
tell
truth,
someone that your grandma's dying. Like, I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
you
that's
can't.
not okay.
okay, how old is he?
Okay, how old is Elle? How old is Max?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elle knows nothing. Max knows that she knows nothing.
Exactly.
So she's
Elle
like
knows
completely.
nothing. Obviously, she's
Get
gonna
out.
be easily
You're
influenced.
done.
Nope.
You're out of this podcast.
Nope.
Max is dumb. She's
I love
starting
Max.
unnecessary
Elle
drama.
knows everything.
Max
She's
is my
perfect.
favorite.
No.
Love her. Love her for that.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, so am I.
I don't know what you guys thought about those last little seconds in the show where Billy's looking out the window.
He's
Creepy.
And you
And his
could tell-
eyes,
you
his
could- yeah.
dilating pupils.
You could tell it's the Mind Flayer in him. looking at
Oh.
11
Recognizing Elle.
and
yeah.
recognizing who she is, that she was the one who stopped. I don't know if it's a him, a her, and it.
It's him.
They said
Will
him.
says he's back.
Yeah. And I was like, he's a him
then.
now?
But yeah, I think at that moment, Billy, like, I like that little, like, those flashback scenes and how it keeps switching back to Billy's eyes. And like you said, his pupil is dilating.
That was sick.
Creepy.
I finished it and I could have kept on watching, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this
Oh.
podcast
Oh.
so that I can make some predictions and then go see.
Do you think that the Mind Flayer is going to do something about Elle? Like, he knows how powerful she is.
I think they might, well, he might try to have Billy do something or have the other people who are under
But, like,
its
what?
influence.
Like,
Grab
we're
Will-
talking about Elle here.
Will her sister come back or any of the other kids?
Huh?
Remember her? Her like Indian sister?
Oh,
That, like,
Oh,
the
that's
other
right.
Right?
numbers.
Yeah, why
They
would they
have
introduce that
powers.
if they're not going to
Yeah,
use
so
it?
where are they?
Well, that's my question. Are they going to come back to help her? Is Elle strong enough to do it again now that he knows what she can do?
That's right.
I don't think she doesn't seem very strong anymore just because every time she does anything, her nose starts bleeding. So I'm kind of.
But that's how it's always
yeah,
been.
that's always happened.
I know, but. To move some toys? I'm just saying.
I think it
You
has.
move some toys with your mind and not
I will,
bleed.
and my nose.
I
will
think
bleed.
you know when it's becoming a lot when her veins start showing around her face.
Mm.
But for the most part, her nose has always bled.
When she
I
does
anytime
that.
feel like
she's used
if
her
you get better
powers.
at something, I don't know.
That's true, but
But this was,
mean,
I don't
know.
think this was
Coming
the
out
case
alive.
of getting better. She was a
concerned. I
scientific
don't want her to
project.
die.
She was a scientific project. I have
Like
lots of
that?
questions.
All right.
Now I
I
can go
guess
watch
we won't
episode
find
4.
out until.
The next 3, hopefully, or the last 5 in total.
If you, well, I feel like if you're watching this, you probably have already seen all of them. Because I think a lot of people did that.
So don't ruin it for us in the comments, please.
But anyways, if you're on the same track as us, leave your predictions. Let us know what you think is gonna happen. By the time you see this, I think we're probably
I've
already
watched
gonna be caught up to episode 6.
6.
So yeah.
And no spoilers for
No
other
spoilers,
people.
please. Be
Yeah.
respectful. Dance
Yeah,
demands your
yeah.
silence.
If you have already, if you've seen all of it, then don't. I mean, you're
Don't
not really
spoil
leaving your
it for-
predictions. You're telling us what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Thanos
I
demands
think
your
this-
silence.
All right. Well, talk to you next time.
Peace out.
Peace.